Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. How are you, my dear students? Hope all of you are doing well and keeping with your studies. Most welcome to my online video class. This is MM Azharul Islam, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Tongi Government College, Gazipur. Dear students of honors second year, today I am going to take a class on history of English literature, that is Romantic Age, and today's topic is the impacts of French Revolution on Romantic Age or Romantic poets. So dear students, listen to me and follow me. The French Revolution brings out liberty, equality and fraternity. The principle of equality as adumbrated during the French Revolution greatly inspired the people all over the Europe. Mankind was thought as one brotherhood, thus equality became a cardinal principle of social and political thought. Liberty was another significant tenet of the French Revolution. The revolution itself was a revolt against the oppression of the feudal monarchy in France. The Bastille fortress, built during the 14th century, had become a dreaded symbol of oppression and exploitation. After the fall of Bastille, it's the rise of Ursula and Coleridge as the inaugural of a new dawn. The revolution have been seen an impact on romantic poet of the new era. Aim and objectives. The main objective of the article is as follows: to know the impression on thinking of the romantic poet of the same era, to understand that the revolution inaugurated the golden era of mankind in general. Hypothesis: the romantic poets of the same age are profoundly influenced by the French Revolution. Research methodology used. The research is based on the secondary data collected through various resources like journals, books and websites. Robert Burns and the French Revolution. Robert Burns is usually hailed as a pre-romantic poet, yet he lived during the romantic period, and as such he should be included among the romantic poets. He was a strong supporter of political reforms in Scotland. In his political ideas, he was inspired by the French Revolution. In 1792, as an exciseman, he took part in the capture of smugglers' ship, and when its armament was put for auction, he bid for the purchased 4 small cannons, which he sent as a gift to the French people fighting against the repressive and authoritative regime. He often attended evenings organized in Scotland by the supporters of the various confines of the political reform, where people delighted in a proposition seditious toasts. A favorite toast of Burn was, to the last verse of last chapter of the Book of Kings, William Wordsworth and the French Revolution. When the French Revolution occurred, Wordsworth was only 19. He inhaled the invigorating air of the changed atmosphere and exclaimed, "Please was it in that dawn to be alive, but to be young was very heaven." Wordsworth tended to regard the French Revolution as a matter of course. It seemed to him quite logical that Hobbes stopped peasantry, oppressed and ill treated for so many years by the aristocracy, should eventually stand up and overthrow those people that had crushed it so mercilessly. Also, the attachment to the French Revolution was not simply ideological, it was emotional as well. But the later events, the terror and the rise of Napoleon, was gagging the ideals for which the French Revolution stood. He was rudely shocked by these later events, and he abandoned his revolutionary faith and sympathies. This led Browning to brand also the turncoat and an opportunist, but the fact remains that Orshad was at that time torn between two loyalties: his patriotic loyalty to Britain and his humanitarian loyalty to the rights of man. This confusion was treated by Orshad in his autobiographical poem, The Prelude, in great details. St. Coleridge and the French Revolution. Coleridge was profoundly influenced by the French Revolution and the revolutionary enthusiasm of Orshad. When the Bastille was thrown open and the prisoners released to bask in the sunshine of freedom, he wrote, "Liberty, the soul of life, shall ring, shall throb in every pulse, shall flow through every vein." Stopford Brooke remarks almost all his best poetic works is coincident with the revolution. Afterwards, everything is incomplete. The weakness of will was doubled by disease and trebled by opium, and his poetic life, even his philosophic work, was a splendid failure. It was in the fitness of things that Coleridge should feel ashamed when England declared war on revolutionary leaders was even earlier than that of Orshad. So, dear students, follow me. Byron and the French Revolution. By that time, the younger romantics came on the scene. The full significance of the French Revolution was lost to the people in general. Byron was only 1 year old when the French Revolution broke out. Naturally, he could not have the revolutionary enthusiasm of Orshad, but being a true romantic, he was against all sorts of tyranny and oppression. He was deeply and abidingly influenced the revolutionary philosophy. Although the political fallout of the French Revolution was considered disastrous by Byron, yet he was impressed by its social ideals. August 2014, ISS number 22501991 Peridex, Indian Journal of Research. He was a scion of a noble family, yet he was against privilege. He idolized the common man in his poetry. So, dear students, listen to me and follow me. P.B. Shelley and the French Revolution. It was Shelley who was touched by the idealized aspect of the French Revolution. His imagination was fired more by the abstract ideas than by political events. He could not tolerate any imperfection anywhere, and naturally could not believe that there was any imperfection in human nature. To him, all governments were tyrannical. To him, the sound of the very word king smacked of evils. He said that the word king has poison in it. is sperm of what makes life foul, cavernous and abhorrent thought. Shelley was not born until 3 years after Evans, says Ernie Trary. Had he been able to take his stand, though he hated the terror, it would have been with the Jacobins, who represented the lower middle class, and the artisans, John Keats, and the French Revolution. So, dear students, now I am talking on the influence of John Keats and the French Revolution. The lifelong credo of Keats was beauty, and proudly remarked that a thing of beauty is joy forever. There was never a more ardent lover of beauty than Keats had been, but this love of beauty led him to ignore the harsh realities of life. Most of the poets of the Romantics era came under the impact of the French Revolution, but Keats remained a great exception. Stopford Brooke, in this connection, remarks, the ideas that awoke the youthful passions of Wordsworth, of Coleridge, that stirred the wrath of Scott, that worked like yeast on Byron, and brought forth new matter that Shelley reclothed and made into a prophecy of future by excitement, the turmoil, the life and death struggle against gathered round to the revolution were ignored and unprecedented by Keats. In Keats, the ideas of revolution have disappeared. He has, in spite of a few passages and till quite the end of his career, no vital interest in the present, none in man as a whole, none in the political movement of human thought, none in the future of mankind, none in liberty, equality, or fraternity, no interest in anything but beauty. This led Brooke to conclude that Keats was a pure poet who was just not interested in anything else but beauty. So, dear students, listen to me. Conclusion. Romanticism was an age in which a group of ideas, web of beliefs and assumptions held away. None of the Romantic poets fully expressed all those ideas, but each believed in enough of them to set him apart from earlier writers. The age was highly emotional as well as imaginative. The Romantic poets acted through inspiration and the intuition. It is the main influence of the French Revolution, and everyone therefore believed in democracy, humanity, and possibility to achieve a better life. In these ways, the French Revolution inaugurated the golden era for mankind in general. The political thought of Rousseau remained the basis of political democrats of Europe. His famous saying, "Man is born free and he is everywhere in chains," came as a challenge to the old order. In these ways, the revolution has been seen as an impact on Romantic poet of the new era. So, dear students, this is large in size and volume. I think all of you have understood the impacts and influence of Romantic, actually the French Revolution on Romantic poets. If you understand side by side the French Revolution as well as its impacts on Romantic age and Romantic poets, you can understand the literature, larger part of literature in your life. So this is all from today. No more today. Bye. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.